The release of 21 young Chibok schoolgirls from the captivity of Boko Haram in October, after over 2 years, marked a major victory for the country over insurgency that has lasted over 7 years in the northeast.
God truly helped us in the negotiations. Absolutely no, there were absolutely no exchange of any kind, and certainly any news or stories about 4 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 commanders is entirely untrue. No such thing took place. So much needs to be done to get them back to living a normal life after so much trauma in captivity.
The previous government had begun an onslaught on Sambisa forest in 2015, which is continued by the current government. In November 2016, the Nigerian Army flagged off another clearance operation in the dreaded forest tagged Operation Rescue Finale. The theater commander of the counter-insurgency war, tagged Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Lucky IRABOR, mentioned that the focus of the latest operation is to rescue the remaining Chibok girls and other hostages. But the theater operations were temporarily suspended in Sambisa forest due to the terrain issues occasioned by the rains. However, Major General IRABOR promises the troops have been empowered and have the operational capacity to carry out the task ahead.
The troops of Operation Lafia Dole have continued with the ongoing operations to clear the remnants of the Boko Haram terrorists. Since our last interaction, our troops have conducted many operations with immense successes. The forest storm, which of course was coordinated by HQNA, which is an area bombardment, was also conducted. Now, that the operation has dragged this long is mostly due to the effects of the weather, rather than the operational capacity of Operation Lafia Dole. So that's why we're taking advantage of the current weather conditions that we have to ensure that whoever is left there is rescued. We believe that some of the Chibok girls are still in Sambisa. Beyond that, we also believe from intelligence that there are other hostages that are there with them. We also think that there are some members of the leadership of Boko Haram that are there, and if they fail to take advantage of this call for them to surrender, we will smoke them out.
The soldiers get a morale boost with the visit of the Chief of Defense Staff, General Gabriel Olonishaki, in company of the Chief of Army Staff, General Teko Burtai, and other senior military officers to the theater command and headquarters of Operation Lafia Dole in Maiduguri. The intention is to snatch back Sambisa from the insurgents.
My mission is the usual operational visit, and the visit is, of course, to commend the efforts of the troops who are deployed for this operation, to also motivate them, encourage them, and bring them the words of the CNC as to what they are doing, that the nation appreciates their effort and they should continue to do much more until we get the job done, and that's to dislodge, destroy the Boko Haram terrorists in the region and make the place safe for development. To have them surrender, that's the corridor for them to surrender. That corridor is always open. However, we will not wait until they surrender. That's why the operation crackdown now leading to Rescue Final is in place to ensure that we take over the Sambisa, clear the troops, and clear the Boko Haram terrorists in those places, and make the place safe for development.
That promise and the moral boost finally delivers Sambisa into the hands of the military. On 22nd of December 2016, the Nigerian troops had announced it successfully crushed Camp Zero in Sambisa, believed to be Boko Haram's last enclave in the forest. The Chief of Army Staff says the camp fell at about 1:35 p.m., putting the insurgents on the run.
We are also opening up roads.
Jubilant troops go wild in joy in Damasak, Moba local government area of Borno State, flaunting their fitness after the recapturing of Sambisa. They're not alone in the celebration. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukubutai, and other senior officers join in the success frenzy. The campfire is lit by the deputy governor of the state once held hostage.
The last enclave of the Boko Haram terrorists in the Sambisa forest has been cleared, and our troops are conducting the exploitation and the mop-up of that forest. We are also opening up roads into the forest, as well as the forest around Alagarno. This Sambisa forest is going to be one of our training grounds. This year, next year, 2017, I've already directed that we are going to conduct our Nigerian Army Small Arms Championship in that forest. And we are going to also use it to test fire all our fighting vehicles, as well as other key equipment and weapons that will require test firing whenever we are inducting new weapons and equipment into the Nigerian Army infantry. It affords us a very good ground for basic tactics and indeed even advanced tactics at all levels, including not limited to tactics at the platoon, company, battalion, and even brigade and divisional levels. We are going to make it more robust and to make sure that these criminals don't come back to that forest again. We have already commenced the construction of roads around, and indeed as well as that of the Alagarno axis. We want to say thank you, officers and soldiers of Nigerian Army, especially officers and soldiers of Operation Lafia Dole. You have done well, and I want to congratulate you.
Perhaps the joy is more for the people who have lived so many years in the fear of terror of the insurgents in their own land. The liberation of the town from the hands of the daredevils gives them a renewed hope for better days.
Somewhere around 2014, around 9 in the morning, everybody was just running helter-skelter for his life. And as I am talking to you now, I spent 5 solid days inside poultry room before I find my way, to Niger Republic. Then I find my way to Maiduguri. Since then, we have been praying and nobody is here. And luckily, last year, then the effort of the military brought both the armies and the civilian JTF who are now based in Damasak. And last 3 months, we are able to, our amiable Governor of Borno State, His Excellency Governor KASHIM SHETTIMA was here last 2 or 3 months ago to assess the, kind of damages that's been done by the insurgents. And he then assured the local peoples that yes, very soon Damasak people will, come back to their localities.
I have been visiting them. I know each and every mother, every parent that their guests were abducted. They are still, some are still having the expectation that these girls will come back as their counterparts. But at an occasion like this, they are not happy because theirs is not there, and you don't know whether the girl is alive or not, her state of whether she is okay or not. So we are still in state of despair. It's not easy. Some are rejoicing, some are crying.
An obviously elated Borno State Governor, KASHIM SHETTIMA, who has been in the eye of the storm, says there was no Christmas and New Year gift to the people of Borno State better than the fall of the Sambisa forest. Governor Shettima took up the mantle of leadership of the state in 2011 and was re-elected in 2015.
And inshallah, in the next 2-3 months, once the Nigerian army completes the mopping up operations, I see no reason why our people cannot go back to their homes and pick up their lives from where they stopped. Unfortunately, some international organizations are renting houses in Maiduguri for 5 years, thinking that this madness will continue for the next 5 years. This madness is coming to an end, and by the grace of God, our people are going back to their homes.
The sacking of the insurgents opens up the Maiduguri-Gubi-Kareto-Damasak Road and Maiduguri-Mungunu-Baga Road, leading to the northern axis of Borno State. Damasak Road was closed by the military in 2014 following the activities of Boko Haram.
Without the sacrifices they had made, this road couldn't have become usable to our people. So it's once again my singular honor to open this road for public use.